Hi, I am Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. I am a soul sculptor. I help you break out of the mold of past heartbreak so that you can live the life of your dreams. There was a time when I felt lost. I felt empty inside. I didn't know who I was. I had two beautiful children. I was married, trying my best to be happy, but what I was doing was giving to everyone but me. I gave to my children, I volunteered at their schools, I gave to my family, my parents, my husband, and what ended up happening was I didn't know who I was. I was so busy taking care of everyone else, I lost myself. I didn't know who I was anymore. I was being the best mother I could be, the best wife I could be, but I wasn't being the best me. I wasn't being true to me. What had happened actually was I had abandoned myself. And in talking to women all around the world, this is a common thing that happens. Now, it can happen to men, but it's much more prevalent with women because we are the caregivers, we are the nurturers, we are the ones that take care of our men, we take care of our children, our households, our pets. Now, it isn't always this way, but often is. And when we're giving to everyone else, when we're pleasing everyone else, when we're making everyone else happy, what ends up happening is we lose sight of what makes us happy. We lose sight of what makes us passionate. We lose sight of even who we are because we're so busy trying to be the best that we think others want us to be that we're really not even authentic. And so that's where I found myself absolutely lost. And what do we do as women? Well, 61% of the divorces are filed by women, and there's a reason why, because we become dissatisfied with our lives, and the first person that is blamed is the man sitting across the table from us, the man that sleeps in the bed with us, the man that is the father of our children. They are often blamed for doing it to us when they didn't at all. We did it to ourselves. We abandoned ourselves. So when we feel lost and empty, there are a couple of things going on. One, we've lost sight of who we are. We don't know who we are, so we have to get to know who we are. We have to get to know what makes me happy. What do I love about me? Now, when I ask my clients this question when we first start out, most women can only name a couple of things. What do I love about me? Oh, goodness. 10 things, they say. It's really hard for women who don't love themselves to come up with 10 things that they love about themselves. And if that is you, then maybe doing some inner work, some soul searching, getting to know who you are could be of help. So I'm going to talk some more about this feeling of feeling empty and lost, not knowing who we are, and that's where this comes from. We have lost sight of who we are, and we are probably being someone else. We are performing tasks to please other people, and we've forgotten about us. So here are a couple things that can help you get back into your body and understand and recognize what has happened first so you don't blame the man in your bed or your children. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is think about the dreams that you had. When we give up on our dreams, we might as well be dead. Everyone has dreams. Giving up on your dreams, it leaves us disappointed in ourselves. We start beating ourselves up. We start telling ourselves that we should have been more successful. Why didn't I know better? Why didn't I do more? Why am I not more successful? And actually, all of these questions about why, I should have known better, all of that is beating ourselves up. It's self-abuse, further self-abandonment. So the first thing you want to do is be kind to yourself. And I call it name that tune. So with a notebook in front of you and a pen, ask, what am I feeling in my body? Do I feel warm? Do I feel cold? Am I feeling numb? Get to know what's going on in your body. When I'm asking myself these questions, what do I feel? How do I feel? Am I feeling like I'm disassociated, not even really here? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling sorrow? Am I feeling grief, shame? What is it that I'm feeling? And if you're having a hard time relating to the emotions, you can Google emotions, and Google will give you a very vast list of emotions that you might be feeling. Often when I'm working with clients, I will say, when I open their Akashic records and I start dipping into their field, I'll say, I feel despair. And they'll say to me, that's it. I didn't know what it was I was feeling. I couldn't. And so I will tap into the emotion and name it for them because they don't know what it is they're feeling. They're so out of touch with how they feel. Okay. So noticing what you feel in your body is going to be the first step. Notice, what is it that you've forgotten? Have you forgotten what your hopes are? Have you forgotten what your dreams are? And go back and write your dreams down. Write your goals down. Don't lose sight of what they are, because those are the things that make us passionate about living. And in this process of uncovering what is going on with you, we're going to be very gentle with ourselves. We are going to be compassionate and kind, as if we are asking questions of a stranger. Most people are so harsh when dealing with themselves that they are abusing themselves. So I'm not asking you to do that. This is gentle discovery, just an unfolding of how do I feel. So gently acknowledge the emotions that you feel. I feel sad. I feel sorrow. And just allow yourself to feel that feeling. So you can acknowledge yourself by saying, it's hard to feel lonely and empty. I need a little bit more love right now. And give yourself some love. Give yourself some compassion. And so these are just the first steps. Okay. So then you want to ask yourself more questions about how you are relating to others. Are you denigrating or subjugating your own will? Are you able to say to your partner, I feel sad? And are they able to validate those feelings? Or are they saying, you have no reason to feel sad? So when our loved ones do not validate our feelings, then it makes us feel like our emotions aren't important, and they are. So just notice what's going on in your world. Now, this may not be the case for you, but it is something to consider. When you call your mother and you're telling her how you feel, does she say to you, there's no reason for you to feel that way. Look at all the money that you make and the great things that you have in your life. Don't let other people invalidate your emotions. Your emotions are valid. Whatever it is you feel, write it down. But don't let others negate what you feel, because this is part of the issue. When we feel lost and empty, then we have been basically giving up our own will. Perhaps even our fight, we may have lost our fight. And if we've been put down in our relationships, then that is a way that we end up just being silent and not even speaking about what it is we feel if somebody is negating those feelings. So the other thing that we might have done is turn to addictions to suppress what we feel. It could be sweets, it could be ice cream, it could be chocolate cake, tiramisu, whatever it is that you favor. So we often turn to these things. It could be alcohol, it could be pot, it could be painkillers, anything to suppress the pain. And we don't want to do that anymore because it leads to numbness. So, but I'm not saying to beat yourself up for it, just notice what you're doing. So, are you taking care of your physical needs? If you have an issue, are you taking yourself to the doctor, the naturopath, the chiropractor, the acupuncturist? Are you getting a massage on a regular basis? Are you taking care of yourself? Or are you subjugating your needs and putting everyone else ahead of you? So you need to begin to devote some time to yourself, and that is self-care, self-nurture. Getting your nails done once in a blue moon isn't enough. It is how we treat ourselves. How do we talk to ourselves? Are we kind? Do we speak with compassion when we're speaking to ourselves? So exploring your dreams are one of the things we want to do. We want to tap into what are the emotions we're feeling. Is it grief, sadness, sorrow? Do we feel distracted? How do you feel in your body? Does your stomach feel upset? Do you feel nervous or anxious? Noting all of these things are very important, and these are all the first steps to coming back into your body and beginning to recognize, I need to get to know who I am all over again because I've lost myself. And this reconnection with who you are, it could be meditation. It could be taking a walk out in nature. You might begin to do yoga, Kundalini yoga, breath work. That is an excellent way to uncover the feelings that have been covered up and hidden for so long. Self-abandonment is the cause of this emptiness and loneliness. So what you are going to begin to do is lovingly, gently, softly, compassionately begin to nurture and get to know yourself. So these are the first steps to eradicating this emptiness and loneliness. And I'm here to tell you, I was that person. It was me for the longest time. And I no longer feel that way. And I got to know who I was. And so you can start to ask yourself questions about what I said before. What do you love about you? What do you love to do? What are you passionate about? So these are things that you can journal and connect with yourself on a much deeper level. So I thank my Twitter friend, it's Navi, I think it was, that asked me to do this video for her. She asked me to do something about loneliness and feeling lost. So here we go. And the thing is that once you start to be present for yourself and you're no longer suppressing who you are to be what others desire you to be, you're being true to yourself, you're going to find yourself honoring, respecting yourself more, and then you're going to start to trust yourself more as well. So when you're there for yourself and you're no longer abandoning you, you will begin to trust on a deeper level. I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. Thank you so much for watching. Sending you a big, loving hug today. Lots of love and compassion. Mwah. All the best to you.